What's up, man? So, apparently there was a time traveler
Where?
at a Mike Tyson fight.
Have-
I was on my phone. I was just watching videos on YouTube, and something pulled up. And this dude at in one of the front rows, he really does pull up something that looks like an iPhone. We're talking about a very modern looking phone, and whenever the fuck that fight took place.
That the only reason I know about this fight is, you know me, I'm into fucking conspiracy theories like a son of a bitch. So yeah, that actually happened in the 90s. I think it was in 96, 95, I think. But yeah, I think I've seen the video you're talking about. And
Tell me that shit doesn't look like a fucking
let's fucking
Like
watch it. Let's review it.
like a fucking iPhone or something.
Let's review it. You tell me. It looks like it. We'll go from there.
Something out of place in this video? Look closely. It's a Mike Tyson fight from 1995, 21
Yeah,
years ago.
95.
And what's that guy in the crowd holding? Could that be a smartphone?
That looks like an iPhone, dude.
That does look like a fucking iPhone.
Because the iPhones were that big back then. The iPhones weren't super small.
In the 90s?
No. When they first came out with the iPhone, remember when they first came out with the iPhone?
Right.
They weren't tiny. They were pretty big. The iPhone came out like in what? What year did the fucking iPhone come out?
I think around 2010 or 2008.
Really?
No, maybe like 2000.
2007. You're actually close.
Oh yeah, 2000.
June 29, 2007 was the very first iPhone.
Let me see that shit.
Yeah, dude, look at that shit. That shit was a brick. Look at that. That looks like it could catch the light. And it made that little reflection thing on it. Remember? In the video where it looks like it's a flash? Who knows? That's a brick. Look at how big that shit was back then. Holy fuck.
Look, not to be a buzzkill, I think time travel is one of those technologies I don't think we'll ever have. I know there's no limit on, if you can think of it, you can design it, you can create it or something. Just something tells me out of all the things that humans have thought of because if we really try and break down the science of time travel, how would you make that happen?
From what I've read, they say the way that the possibility of time travel, the way you make it happen is basically by being able to go faster than the speed of light. Because then once you become faster than the speed of light, you could basically go in any direction in time. What I've read, and this is supposedly from scientists, which obviously I didn't do my research to see if these guys are legit or not.
I didn't even do my research before I spoke up about it.
Bruh. So I don't know if these fools are even like real scientists. For all we know, they're like those dudes from Ancient Alien History on the History Channel. We're just like, bro, I'm a doctor. But it turns out like, oh, you got your doctor from like some weirdo fucking university nobody's ever heard of.
You know, I had a little marathon of watching Ancient Aliens, I think.
Yeah, well, the dude with the fucking crazy hair.
I couldn't believe what I was watching. I couldn't believe that I sat there and watched it. Me and my girl were staying at an Airbnb. She fell asleep, and the people that owned it, like, I guess they had like the best cable fucking options. And I was scrolling through it, and I was like, let me watch this for like 5 seconds and then switch over to the next channel.
And you were like 4 episodes in.
And I got stuck on it for hours, bro.
That's why I don't like watching it, dude, because it'll convince you until one weird ass shit comes out where you're just like, oh, okay, this is bullshit already.
Yeah.
I'm out.
I'm telling you, man, I know people are like, oh, you buzzkill, why would you even say that? It means you don't want it to happen. I just don't think. There's a difference.
I don't think you're a buzzkill for saying that.
There's a difference between want and think.
I agree.
Like, okay, let me try and think of an example.
I want time travel to happen, but I think it's not possible.
Yeah. Like one point in my life where I wanted something, but I didn't think it'd be possible.
Yeah.
Was maybe it's probably like a UFC fight. I remember, like, like I'm like, I want this guy to win, but I don't think he'll win.
Eddie Alvarez. I remember when you were talking about that fight
Eddie Alvarez versus who?
versus Conor McGregor when he lost the title.
I said I wanted Eddie Alvarez
To win. But you're like, but I feel like he's not gonna win because he's a brawler, and he's gonna get countered.
I was
And then sure enough, that's what happened. He got fucking beat up and rocked.
one that I could remember where I know there's this fighter. His name's Wonderboy Thompson. He's one of my favorites.
Is he still fighting?
Yeah, but he's kind of on the decline.
Yeah, I still trip out how he never won a championship. Huh?
It's sad to me because
He's
he's
a real good motherfucker.
yeah, one of my favorites. Super entertaining, fucking amazing. I wanted him to beat Tyron Woodley.
Yeah.
This was like 4 years ago, maybe, when Tywin held the championship.
Yeah, the first time they fought, remember?
And they fought twice.
Yeah.
One,
The first one was a tie, right?
a draw. Second one, he lost. And both of them, I was like, he's going to win. I hope he's going to win. But he didn't, you know?
Yeah. No, I know what you mean, but I don't think you're being a buzzkill. Because it's not like if it's something that people could come out and be like, oh, bro, it does exist. Because there's not legitimate proof. There are out there urban legends. Like, another example. The time traveler from the Charlie Chaplin movie. Have you seen that one?
No.
It's this one right here. They say that this person's a time traveler. And you let me know why. That person there. What is that person doing? What is it like that person is doing?
Talking on the fucking phone.
Okay, that fucking thing is in black and white. This shit is in black and white. How old are Charlie Chaplin's movies?
Yeah, we're talking about 1910s, 20s, 30s, maybe.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. But like, this dude is probably like what, maybe the 60s? No. Is it the 60s? Looks like, yeah. Looks like he was from the 60s. Maybe even older than that. But okay, yeah. It looks like this bitch is talking on the fucking phone. That looks like a cell phone if you ask me.
It does.
But, which I want to believe. I want to believe that's a cell phone. I want to believe that's a fucking, some bitch that decided to say, hey, you know what? I want to come out in a movie and fuck with everybody and make them wonder for the rest of their lives. But what they're saying is that supposedly that's actually a device for deaf people. That was the old hearing aids. So she had it to her ear to be able to listen, and she was just talking. She was talking to people. But that block shit that looked like the old ass Game Boys is actually a hearing aid. That's what a lot of people are saying also. So unfortunately, it's one of those where you're like, fuck, it's a possibility. But then again, who knows?
So you want time travel to be a thing?
Fuck yeah, dude. Just picture it. What would you do if you found out today? You found out today, like, hey, Jay, my name's Mr. X, and I'm not going to explain to you as to why, but I'm giving you the opportunity to travel in time and come back once. You wouldn't want to do it? You wouldn't want to take it?
See, the thing is, if everybody, or you just said me, or
Just
everybody?
you, not everybody, you.
Okay, even if I do it, I can definitely change something in the past in effect.
Oh, well, no shit.
Okay, so do we really want all these fucking alternate timelines?
Who knows?
Overlapping alternate timelines.
Honestly, the first thing I did, I'd be like, let's do it. Because I'm not that interested in changing the future. One thing that has always interested me, that I would say if time travel exists in my time before I fucking die, I would fucking sell my house and sell my kids to be able to see that opportunity and get on it, is because I would really want to see if Jesus or Muhammad existed. I would really want to see that. Because you ever seen that one Family Guy special, the Stewie Griffin, The Untold Story?
No.
Basically, turns out time travel is real, and what people do as a vacation now is they travel back in time.
Oh, that's funny.
Just for vacation. So Stewie does that, and they ask him, where have you been? He goes, oh, I actually saw how Jesus performed his miracles. And they're like, really? How do you do it? He goes, it's not as amazing as people thought. And they're like, oh, bro, those are his miracles. So I was like, I would really want to see if that shit was real. It's baloney. Like fucking baloney. Like, I wouldn't want to go change it. Like, I wouldn't want to go see this fool, and let's say I find out that Muhammad or Jesus are full of shit. I'd be like, you bitch, I got you.
Yeah.
No, I would just want to observe, like, and then come back and just no. I'd probably tell you, but then probably you'd be like, you're full of shit, fool. Like, you didn't fucking go see Jesus. But I'd probably be like, damn, now I know. Dude was real or not. You know?
Mm-hmm. I have a very, this is what I meant by buzzkill. I have a very buzzkill old man. I'm becoming an old man, I feel.
Definitely.
I have a very old man perspective on this. I would not want that shit to be real.
But why wouldn't you want? You wouldn't want it because of it being possibly accessible to everybody?
Yeah, because that's the only fair way to go about it. Why would only one person or a few have it? Why would it be such a luxury?
Oh, I don't know. 'Cause I honestly don't know how much, because I could only picture technology that advanced that allows you to fucking travel back and forward in time would not be cheap to make. I don't think so. And I think for it to be accessible to everybody, either they're going to charge you a shitload to use it, or it's going to be like decades or even centuries before they build enough or they make it affordable enough to be able to be purchased by everybody, you know? But even by then, by that time, if it becomes accessible to everybody, everything's going to go to shit.
And I think it's weird to even think about time travel. It's just one of those things, because if it's even a possibility, it has to do with time. So if it's even a possibility, it's already a thing.
Yeah. It's almost like the Mandela effect.
Which I don't believe in.
You don't believe in the Mandela effect?
I don't believe in the Mandela effect.
Why not?
I don't believe that it's really things that happen and then later on changed due to time. One of the examples was the Berenstain. Okay, give me an example of.
I think we have different definitions. From my understanding, the way it's been, it's not that it changes through time. It's that basically, like, you jump into a different timeline in a sense.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I don't believe in. But give me an example of how it could happen to me personally. Just me personally.
Well, it's let's say, I would say a perfect example would be, okay, us using Shure mics.
Okay, Shure mics.
We always use Shure mics. We always record Shure mics, and then out of nowhere, you end up spotting that on our video. You're like, those are Samsungs. And then you come up to me and just like, hey, dude, what happened to the Shure mics? What Shure mics? We always use Samsung. No, we haven't, fool. I remember specifically, I gave you money because we wanted the SM7Bs. And then I'll be like, no, we've always used Samsung.
Right.
That's kind of like the Mandela effect.
And that's why I don't believe in it.
And then it'd also be somebody else going like, no, bro, I think I remember distinctly watching your guys' podcast, and you guys would use the Shure mics. You guys even made an unboxing video about it. And then I'd pull it up. Bro, look at the unboxing video, and you'd be like, they're Samsung.
Yeah.
So that's what I've heard more or less. And unfortunately, I've kind of fallen victim into it, because I can swear to whatever is fucking holy. Like, growing up, I always thought Mandela died in prison. I always thought that. And the only reason I ever heard about Mandela is because I remember when I was young watching that movie Hotel Rwanda with my parents. And I'll be like, I remember asking my mom and my dad, like, hey, what the fuck's all this about? And they'll be like, oh, like, my dad is a real history nut. Like, he loves history. Doesn't like to admit it, but he loves it. He has all kinds of history books in his fucking closet that have to do with all kinds of shit. And, like, he'll be like, oh, yeah, like, in Africa, there's a shitload of civil wars. People are killing each other for dumb shit. He goes, and this guy, came out trying to bring democracy or bring change or whatever, and instead they locked him up for, like, I don't know how many years. And I could picture vividly my dad telling me that he fucking died in prison. But then when I was like in middle school already, I find out like, no, the motherfucker's alive. I was like, what the fuck? But I never thought anything of it until now being an adult. I would say when I was like 25 maybe, when people talk about, oh, the Mandela effect. Oh, people, over half of the population believe that he died. And I'd be like, hey, that's true. I believed he died. Like, I remember vividly my dad telling me he fucking died. So, I don't know. I'm kind of like, I'm not 100% on the Mandela effect, but I'm not going to go ahead and say it's not entirely possible. But then again, it's just, it's like, I guess, a matter of perspective, maybe.
That's exactly what I think it is.
Because I'm not going to go ahead and say, no, bro, the Mandela effect is real.
Right.
Because I was a kid, developing brain. For all I know, my conscience made that shit up when I was a kid. Who knows?
Yeah. You, since you don't really give a fuck about whatever, the concept is, I feel like you treat it in passing.
Mm-hmm.
And then you come back to it and it's like, well, that's not how I remember it, even though you didn't really give a fuck about it. And then your mind goes like, oh shit, well,
scrambling.
Do we even remember it? Is that really, who knows, but have fun with it.
Like, just imagine, like, you're just going like, you're going like, telling your kids or whatever, or you go to a high school reunion, you're like, man, I remember, man, I fucking lost my virginity in back of the bleachers with Kimberly. Now Kimberly's like, it wasn't me. It was you. I know it was you. It wasn't me. Bro, you have a fucking little cherry tattoo near your pussy. No, not me. I don't have that. Who the fuck was it then? That was Rachel. What? Who the fuck is your... And then you're like, Rachel? Who the fuck is Rachel? And they're like, her. And you're like, no, I know it was you, Kimberly. I know I slept with you.
Right.
I never slept with Rachel. But like, everybody's going like, Jay, you're tripping. You slept with Rachel in high school. Remember you got caught by the dean? And you're like, what? The fuck? Who knows, man? But like, I'm not gonna throw it away, but also I'm not gonna die on that hill where it's just like, it exists.
Yeah, again, it's
Fuck
just
no.
it's one of those. It's like it's just your memory and it's your perception of your memory.
Mm-hmm.
Because
I could agree with that.
The most obvious example. It's funny that it's called the Mandela effect, dude. I'll be honest. I don't even know shit about Mandela.
Really?
It's called the Mandela effect. I know he was what, like the president of South Africa, right?
Yeah, former president.
Okay.
But before he became president, they fucking they put him in prison.
Yeah, well, hey, guys, I don't know a lot of shit, so that's how much I know about Mandela, that he was president. And he had something to do, like, I guess he went in prison, right? Seriously, I know very little about him. But the main thing that I know as an example for the Mandela effect is actually the Berenstain Bears. That there was... that there was products, like books and other things about the Berenstain Bears, and that people in different countries remember the Berenstain Bears being titled differently.
Yeah.
And that's where I was just like, well, yeah, it makes sense that it'd be a little different because every country has a different language, has different pronunciations. So if you're a publisher or whatever, and you have a product like a book, you're publishing it in England, Wales, America, Mexico, all this place, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's only reasonable that all of the prints is going to be different by language. Another thing, maybe one printing factory is in a different city or in a different state within that same country. Or who knows? It might just be common error by whoever's, leading the project. They flip two letters around and now people purchase that product, but two letters were different. So some kids in fucking America might have a copy of a Berenstain books where it's Berenstein. Mm-hmm. And some fucking kids in another spot in Berenstain. And someone's like, oh shit, Mandela effect.
I feel like, I don't know. I honestly don't know for the Berenstain Bears. I don't know which one's the right one. I don't know. I don't want to ask, nor do I want you to tell me if you know, because then you're going to make me fucking flip my shit. Because then I'm going to be like, fuck you, I remember it was this way. But I since you're like you said, being a grandpa about it, I want to give you a quick quiz on the Mandela effect then.
Okay.
But
is it on Mandela or just...
No, not Mandela. There's certain things and you tell me, hey, how do you remember?
Oh, okay.
All right, so you tell me how you remember this shit.
All right.
Okay, so first off, Fruit of the Loom.
Fruit of the Loom, yeah.
Which one do you remember? Oh. Do you remember it with the basket or do you remember it without the basket?
I remember it with the basket.
Okay, so they say, according to this one, Fruit of the Loom with the basket is the wrong one.
Wow. Wow. It's fucking awesome.
So, you're fucking wrong. Okay, here's the next one. Oh, perfect. We grew up with this shit. Pikachu.
Yeah.
Do you remember him with black on the tip of his tail or at the end of his tail?
At the end of his tail.
So,
That's how I remember
So
it.
here at the tip of the tail or right here at this part?
The second one.
I remember that too. See? So we're not that fucking crazy. Curious George. With a tail, without a tail?
Without a tail.
I remember without a tail. The Flintstones. So the way here is Flynn Stones, and then here's the Flint Stones.
I remember just Flintstones.
With a T, like Flint, or just
No.
Flintstones?
Flynn.
Me too. I remember that. Okay, I think this is a good one. Kit Kat. Without the fucking dash or with the dash?
You said that backwards.
My bad.
I remember it without the dash.
I remember with.
There you go.
And then it says without the dash is the right one.
Hey, but here's another thing. I'm gonna be a super grandpa about it. I'm gonna take it to another grandpa level, dude. You notice how all of these are basically like products or characters and,
Well, that's
and
kind of
animations.
That's kind of the deal.
And that's why I think it's so easy to dispel, because it doesn't take shit for go to the Pikachu.
Right.
It doesn't take shit for people to edit it, whether it's actual like people that worked for the company, or you know how much fucking fan art is made. That's
I agree with that.
You know, that's just as good as fucking. Or look at the Kit Kat packaging. How hard is it for the motherfucker that was in charge of, let's say, assembly that year
Of putting a dash in it?
putting a dash and being like, well,
I don't think it'd be that hard for him.
if I'm taking an executive order this year, we're doing a kit with a dash.
Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to that.
All the logos, all the packaging, put a fucking dash in the Kit Kat.
Okay, what about Oscar Mayer?
Oscar
Do you remember
Mayer.
Oscar Mayer, Mayer or Meyer?
Meyer.
So Oscar Mayer.
Yeah, Oscar Mayer.
I don't even know how it's spelled. Let's check that one out. They say what it actually is Oscar Mayer. So you're two, Grandpa?
Yeah.
And then Fruit Loops. Fruit Loops, they say the right one is F-R-O-O-T or fruit.
Yeah, that's how I remember it. I don't remember spelling the actual.
The actual fruit. Yeah, I don't remember that shit. What about Looney Tunes? T-U-N-E-S or double O-N-S?
The correct one. T-U-N-E-S.
Okay, what about the Monopoly Man? Do you remember him with the monocle or without the monocle?
Without it.
I remember him without it too.
Here's the thing, though. All this shit. Well, you know what the awesome thing about this?
What?
It's so trivial. It doesn't matter. It matters so little. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And there should be no one freaking out about this.
Not at all. But the thing is, it makes you freak out because it makes you question your memory. That's what causes people to freak out. Because then you're like, wait, it's not like this? So then what the fuck else was I thinking? So obviously this is not the case for you, because if it was, then you'd be like, fuck this podcast. I need to know what the fuck else I was wrong on this.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to fix it about that. Nice
But
try.
But there's a lot of people that will, though.
Yeah.
A lot of people, once they see like, wait, I already got two wrong? Okay, I need to find out what else is in there.
I think this was made by the CIA trying to fuck with you.
Probably because, clear example, Sex in the City. Do you remember it as Sex and the City or Sex in the City?
I remember that. I don't care. Dude, I'm not watching that show.
I've never watched it.
Or care about the character. It's just, nope.
I never watched it, but it's just like that. That's part of the fucking Mandela effect too, where they had that, the target signs.
Right.
So it's like, I see why some of these people would get really fucked in the brain over it.
And you know why else it doesn't matter?
Why?
Because companies change their logos over time too.
Yeah, when they rebrand.
Yeah. So how many rebrands do they do? And how many rebrands were just, what do you call it? What's it called when you're designing a product and you have like ideas for it, and then you go with one and the others are just concepts.
Oh, okay.
How many of these things are just concepts? Like, you don't think fucking when they were designing little bitch ass Pikachu, people at the Pokemon company were like, oh, let's make them with the
Let's make them without ears.
Yeah. You know, let's make them.
That's true, because then the concept artist will be like, no, bro, I remember Pikachu without ears. And you're like, bitch, shut the fuck up. It was a concept. It was concept art. It wasn't the official one. No, bro, I remember officially Pikachu had no ears.
Yeah.
Shut up, Greg.
So just Mandela, you guys could knock yourselves out. I'm not gonna knock myself out over.
You guys can eat a dick on it, but you guys want to keep on focusing.
Here's a connection I wanted to make with this, though, right? Because at its most innocent, we're talking Mandela effect. Oh, that's cute. You know, you remember the Skittles bag, you know, this way. I remember it this way. Oh, awesome. You know, we can all be friends. You want to know Mandela on steroids? No, not really, but you want to know.
Shit on me with that one.
Okay, so I was hearing something about Reddit. You know about Reddit?
Reddit, yeah.
Reddit. Okay, so the website, fun fact.
We've seen some crazy shit on Reddit.
A big shareholder is actually a company in China.
Really?
Yeah. So knock yourselves out with Reddit. But the thing
That's
about
why it's called Reddit.
The thing about
Reddit.
Right. So the thing about Reddit that I just didn't catch it. So the thing about Reddit that I was hearing is there's been people that have influenced the front page of Reddit with just having different profiles on different phones.
I believe that.
So imagine, you know how there's people with like tablet farms, phone farms.
Yeah, that's happened with Instagram.
Right. So they'll have these, right?
Yeah.
And they'll talk about whatever. Like it really got political when Trump ran for president.
Mm-hmm.
So you had people going on Reddit with, like, for example, let's say I had like 20 fucking iPhones.
Yeah.
All connected via charger, all ready to go. And I made 20 fucking profiles with 20 different email addresses and passwords and logged onto a different one on every phone.
Mm-hmm.
And I on my bullshit phone 1, I pretended to be this person. Bullshit phone 2, pretend, and so on. And so you're commenting and downvoting using 20 different profiles.
Yeah.
So
and then you make a trend.
Yeah, and you have the power to affect what goes upvoted, what goes downvoted.
Yeah.
Like you can make a difference. So when you think about it, that's very micro scale.
Mm-hmm.
Now imagine that on a macro scale. So people out there get together with whatever resources. I'm not gonna fucking give people ideas, right? And they have the power.
Farming.
And they have the power to change. What was I gonna say? Yeah, the algorithm, and therefore change like our perceptions.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So now it's possible that a lot of these stories that go viral and are meant to get people pissed off, how much of that is fake information? How much of that is disinformation? How much of that was, made up and bolstered by data, like, tablet farms, phone farms, people, data farms, all that.
That's very true, because there's a lot of stories that have come out, like, in the past. Like, now I'm not saying like recently, but in the past, where you're just like, it got the public all riled up, and then when you find out and you actually dig deep, or somebody digs deep enough, they find out, wait, what the fuck? All this shit was bullshit.
Yep.
So what the fuck were they hiding? What the fuck was the point of it? And then it turns out like, actually, it was to deviate attention from this that just happened.
That's what I'm saying.
Fuck.
So
are you serious?
How creepy is it when you stop and think about, and you're like, okay, some people can go about their whole day and not give a fuck about the news circulation.
Yeah.
Like, they're just like, dude, who? What happened there? I don't know, man. I'm just trying to live a normal life.
I'm late for work, bro. I don't give a fuck.
Hang out with my girlfriend, whatever. But then there is people that are on Facebook, scrolling down their feed, on Instagram, scrolling down their feed, on Twitter, scrolling down their feed. You get the idea.
Mm-hmm.
So how much of that information that algorithm in your feed is giving you was made up? Or how much of it was because they knew the right keywords, or they knew the right topics to get people angry and mad or worried and depressed and all this, right?
I think, yeah. I think a lot of it could have been fake, or there could have been, or there could have been stories that may necessarily not have been fake, but they might have been over dramatized, where it's just like, okay, the story is real. Like, let's just throw a shot out of the cannon, like a nursing home abusing the elderly. Mm-hmm. In the story, you read that, oh, bro, they feed them shit, and they make them wet themselves, and they fucking threw an underground old person fight club, bro, where they make them fight each other for food and pills. But then, and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe it. But then when you actually read it, you're like, it's bad, but it's not as bad as what I thought. It turns out they're just getting neglected. It turns out just some of these people aren't giving their pills on time, and some of these people are getting sick. But it's not as bad as this fucking first article said it. And you're like, God damn it, what the fuck?
Dude, it's crazy, man, because the information war is ongoing. Infowars.com.
Stop it. Get some help.
Like it's gotta have you thinking, or it should tell you something, bro. When it's gotten to the point where a lot of people nowadays get their information now from entertainment sites such as YouTube, Rumble, Spotify, like from podcasters, rather than the own media, because even the media over dramatizes everything, dude. Like, and this goes for Fox, MSNBC, CNN. Like, some of those dudes go way too far where you're like, wait, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And it's like nowadays it's getting to the point where now people are going to, for information, go to people that aren't even, they don't even consider themselves journalists. They just go in and be like, hey, bro, you know, I just looked this up and, you know, it came out. Like, I'm not going to lie, but where I get a lot of my info from now, recently, like over the past couple months, has been from Russell Brand.
Russell Brand? Oh,
Russell
I like
Brand,
his
the comedian.
channel.
Because, dude, this guy has legit made himself like a fucking journalist. He went from comedian, actor, drug addict, fucking Katy Perry all the fucking time, to awakening his brain, dude, and like being a journalist. And it's like what this guy basically stands for is like,
You think Katy Perry's pussy made him like rethink about life and
and he
just
said, bro, I gotta divorce your ass.
you think it was just really like can you imagine he's there with his super fucking thick British accent and he's like talking to, and he's like, man, it's because that pussy's so good, but like
He goes, I'm sorry, love.
and he's just
That
like
pussy's too good for me.
and it's just like, I just feel like when I'm in it, it just makes me realize things.
No, make an accent,
Nah,
bro.
I can't. Nah, I was gonna go for it. Like, but he's
Go
right,
for it.
But he's right there. Just
Commit.
like after he, you know, he's done having sex, she's asleep, and
After
he,
post-nut syndrome?
yeah, he was just like, it just made me realize something, and it just
I
like,
go be a journalist.
and that's the thing. It just always makes me realize something. Meanwhile, Katy Perry's snoring and shit, and he's not talking about
All
her as
cream pied.
he's not talking about her as a person. He's just talking about that fucking thing.
Yes.
He's like,
It just gives moments of clarity.
he's just like, I'm such a better person and shit. And he's like, there's evil people in the world.
I gotta do something about it.
Fuck. But
But like he actually goes out there, bro, and researches what he's looking into, like a lot. And I gotta give it to him, dude. Like, I find him and this shit very credible, dude. Put it this way, he always calls himself a liberty advocate, where he goes, I believe in liberty and I believe in freedom. He goes, freedom for all, you know. And it got to the point where now the mainstream media calls him right wing. Well, dude, he's far from it. Like, he's debated fucking Ben Shapiro before. And I forgot who else he's debated. And it's like, dude, this fool is anything but right wing. Like, this fool is like almost like Joe Rogan, a centrist, where he doesn't see himself left. He doesn't see himself right. He just sees himself as a person that really wants the government to stay the fuck out of his way and to let him be free and let him decide whatever the fuck he wants. But he also thinks that people should have a sense of community and help each other out. Like, he has a weird philosophy, but it somehow makes sense when you hear him talk.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, look, nowadays, man, that's the thing about having a life philosophy. It's going to overlap between different sides of the, whether it's political spectrum, and you're just going to have to accept it, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't think of like right-wing people that are just so fucking right-wing on every goddamn thing. The same for the left.
Like, B. Tatum. I like B. Tatum. I love his shit, but dude, the one thing I hate is that this fool dick rides cops, fool, for every little thing. Like, everything that has to do with cops. Oh, brother, hey, the cops are right, the cops are right, the cops are right. And you're like, what the fuck? Like, when fucking they raided Tim Pool's house. Like, Tim Pool was saying, like, bro, what the fuck are they doing in my house? Like, fuck these fools. And they were like, well, the officers were just doing their job, man. I mean, come on, man. And then out of nowhere, for it being Tim Pool podcast, you still hear the bah! And you're like, what the fuck?
Wait, no way. You didn't hear that.
It's false. No way. Not this time. We created it. Not this time. No, not this time. It's totally made up.
No,
You're
I'm just
bullshitting.
saying,
Oh,
I'm
I was
bullshitting.
about to be like, whoa. What the fuck? How'd he do that?
No, I was just bullshitting on that one. But like, bro, like he's right there fucking defending the cops. Like, oh, bro, it's because when they get the call, bro, he's like, they have to respond. They have to respond. It's an emergency situation. They don't know what's going on. And Temple was like, nah, fuck that. That's why I don't like fucking cops. So it's just like for everything, fool, B. Tatum has to dick ride him, fool, and fucking defend him for everything. Like that recent thing that happened with that dude that got killed in a no knock warrant.
I wanted to hear your opinion about that.
I think it's bullshit. I don't think that he should have gotten smoked. He was a legal gun owner. What are you gonna do? What would you do if a dude fucking walked up into your house and fucking flashed a flashlight in your face?
That's the thing, though. I was watching B. Tatum break that video down, and I was like, dude, it's either gun owners can have their rights, like B. Tatum says, or we can all just get shot because cops walk in our fucking house.
Yeah.
So which is it going to be? Is there a slippery slope, B. Tatum? Or, like, what's your principle? Because I had it understood that he was like, oh, Second Amendment should not be infringed, blah, blah, blah. What did the guy do wrong?
Nothing. He got up. He fucking got up, got his pistol because Booze were pointing a fucking gun in his face. And he was like, what the fuck? Like, come on, dude. Like, what do you expect?
And then I'm just thinking, like, you can't tell me some people don't wake up fucking groggy,
Yeah.
So when he was talking that, like, in that video, I was just like, dude, whatever.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, B. Tatum, some of the stuff he does say is cool, but, dude, he dick rides the shit out of cops. That's one thing I do not like. Like, the only one that he couldn't dick ride was that one lady that shot that dude in the car. And the only reason why he couldn't dick ride her and defend her was because her dumbass said it on the cam. I think I shot him. What do you mean you think you shot him? I was trying to pull my taser, but I pulled my pistol instead. That's the only reason why B. Tatum didn't defend her. If she wouldn't have said a goddamn thing, fool, he would have defended her. And that's the one thing I just dislike about B. Tatum. He dick rides cops. I get it. He was a cop before. But, dude, like you said, it's not a slippery slope. It's like either we do no knock warrants or we do fucking where you have to knock for the warrant. And I think you have to knock for the warrant. Because I don't think anybody... I really think that one was a fucked up fucking case.
Yeah.
He had nothing wrong. Nothing wrong. That was uncalled for. That death was uncalled for. He was a gun owner sleeping in his house where they say that supposedly he wasn't even on the warrant. But B. Tatum saying that he was. So it's just like, bro, obviously you're going to say he was because you're dick riding your homies. But it's like, if he wasn't, or he was... it still shows that he was a lawful gun owner. So he was still allowed to own a gun. Whether you want to fucking say whatever the fuck he was, whether you want to say he was an aspiring rapper or a hooligan or whatever the fuck you want to say, or an upstanding citizen, you can't deny the fact that evidence shows he was a legal firearms owner. So he was well within his rights to defend himself, his property, and his family when motherfuckers rolled up in his house and flashed lights in his face, not identifying themselves. Like, come on, dude.
Yeah, I think you're against no-knock warrants.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. I think when it comes to no-knock warrants, dude, it's too many... Too much can go wrong.
It's because, like, a lot of people, like B. Tatum likes to defend it by saying, oh, bro, you could approach a situation lightning fast and blitz everybody that's in there. When it's like, what makes you think you could blitz everybody? Dude, perfect example. My house got raided, and it was a no-knock warrant. The only reason the fucking dumbass sheriff's department didn't rip the goddamn door out of my house was because my dad got up early for work. My dad always gets up at 4 a.m., so the only reason they didn't do that shit was because my pops was there. You're telling me, once they ripped off that door, we wouldn't hear it? You're telling me you wouldn't be able to hear a metal door being ripped off its fucking hinges?
So their idea was rip it off and come in here.
And come in here.
Guns blazing.
Guns blazing. You don't think you'd be able to hear that?
Well, of course.
You'd wake the fuck up, and if you had something, you'd reach for it quick, right? You wouldn't be like, oh my God, I'm going to wait for somebody to come in for that just rip my fucking door off its hinges. Wouldn't you be like, something's happening?
Yeah, but Then that's when I'd gotta ask. You think like a criminal would rip your fucking door off?
I wouldn't know. Would you be able to off the bat be? Oh, it's the police ripping my door down.
I've never heard of like a criminal. You know,
I haven't heard about cops ripping door downs.
they do that.
I've never heard of them having a winch, fool. These fools actually had a winch, fool. Or that they were gonna put a winch on the door, fool, and they were gonna hit the fucking truck in reverse and rip that fucking door down.
No, I see what you
I've
mean.
never heard that shit.
Because in this example, you can't be wrong because it's not. We're not talking about matter of like a. In the circumstance, it happened or it was.
Yeah.
That's It's like I can say like, oh well, you're wrong because no, that's what your door would have fucking been ripped off.
Yeah, so it's just like if that would have happened, well, you're telling me you would have been sound asleep?
No, hell no.
You would have woken the fuck. What the fuck?
Yeah, I already said I would have fucking. That shit would wake any.
Yeah, you'd wait, and then you'd be like, me. I would have like when if that would have happened, I would have been like, what the fuck, dude? I woke up right up when my dad's like, the sheriff's at the door. I woke up real quick. What the fuck, the sheriffs? I hopped up real quick, just by hearing the word sheriffs. If I would have heard that shit rip off its hinges, I would have been up even quicker. So I was like, no, like don't get like if that would have happened. Let's say if these fools actually did rip the fucking door off my house, and let's say we're all criminals in the house, dude, they have to get into the living room where we were at and then still go search the other rooms. You're telling me if we're all criminals in the house, you're telling me these fools wouldn't be able to wake up and be like, shit, somebody's in here. Let's go get our straps and let them have it. Like what? What you think your blitz attack fool like makes people just look like sheep for possums? Like no. People react quick too. You know, and it's like fuck that. That's why I think like they should they should get rid of no knock warrants. I feel like they do more harm than good. I honestly believe that.
Hey, well, I mean that's you stand on that.
I stand on that.
Just like fucking B. Tatum stands on his, opinion, which I disagree.
Cops.
Which I disagree on. I mean, I got love for B. Tatum, but it's just that take was, and just like everybody, bro, everybody's gonna have bad takes or takes that you disagree with,
Yeah.
But fucking B. Tatum.
I mean, it is what it is. Whatever you guys think, fucking let us know if you guys agree or not. But one thing, I think we could bring up is what you were mentioning about Effrey Jepstein.
Oh, Effrey Jepstein. Yeah, his fucking, I guess his friend or his homeboy or his fucking
his butt buddy,
or his connect for for his heinous crimes, I think. So Effrey Jepstein associate Jean-Luc Brunel is found dead in a French jail cell. So,
oh shit!
He was a modeling agent who was close to disgraced U.S. financier Effrey Jepstein. Was found dead Saturday in his French jail cell where he was being held on an investigation into the rape of minors and trafficking of minors for sexual exploitation, according to the Paris prosecutor's office. Victims of the alleged abuse described shock and dismay that the agent, Jean-Luc Brunel, will never face trial. They described his death as a double blow after Effrey Jepstein killed himself in 2019 in a Manhattan jail awaiting sex trafficking charges.
He definitely killed himself.
Definitely no.
They definitely didn't John McAfee his ass.
Definitely nothing weird going on.
Nothing weird going on with like 80 fucking prison uniforms in his goddamn cell.
Yeah. Dude, it's crazy, man, because these people are going to die with their secrets, or they died already, with their secrets. So all these people that were facing justice will never have it in the form of like, seeing these guys get prosecuted.
Did you ever look into Ghislaine Maxwell's trial?
No.
So I don't know if this is real. I cannot confirm nor deny this, but a lot of articles and a lot of photos were documents were floating around the internet regarding her defendants. Turns out her co-defendants were companies, and that even actors and musicians were on that list, and that one of them was that one chick that was canceled for telling some 60-year-old model to kill herself. John Legend's wife.
Oh shit. But what do you think is the connection there? Do you think it's that like
It's got to be fishy if you're on a defendant list. That means you had something fishy having to do with whatever she was doing, right?
it could be?
Like that's what I'm saying. Like I'm not saying, like I said, I'm not confirming nor denying. I'm just saying that's what I've seen. But it is fishy that you have to be a defendant.
No, it's
or
definitely.
you're being a co-defendant on a case such as that. Like,
No, hell yeah,
why
bro.
would they have you on that in the first place?
Yeah,
The indictment. There you go.
right. And the only thing I would have to, I guess, like try and like push back, just playing devil's advocate, is can you wind up on a list like that through technicality?
Maybe if money was involved.
Yeah.
Maybe like if they could say, if they could prove somehow like, hey, you bought all these kids to be trafficked or whatever with this money which you got from this account that all these people here listed invested in.
Kind of like that. Yeah, it's kind of what I
Maybe.
mean. Like, this dude that's, doing like disgusting things to kids, but to you, you never knew about it. You
Yeah, it's just
genuinely
like,
never knew
hey,
about it.
I thought it was a real estate investment firm.
Let's say you had business dealings with them. Like you guys fucking, I don't know, went halves on a bit, like a storefront or something. So exactly how you made the connection about money, maybe that's the only like implication you have. That you just so happen to have some kind of like financial ties to this dude. And maybe that's how you wind up on a fucking, because I didn't hear, there was some big ass names on that.
Yeah.
So I was just like, dude, there's no fucking way. But then again, you never know. But none of those people I found were looking at any prison time for this.
Yeah, like I said, according to that shit, they're saying that there was a lot of people on that list. Look, right here. Supposedly, I don't know if this is real. Like I said, I really don't know if this is real. But some people say that it's been fact-checked, but then again, you can't really trust fact-checkers. But on this thing, let me see if I could actually make it bigger. But look, supposedly these are defendants in her case. Supposedly that these are defendants in the case of whatever the fuck her name was. Harvey Weinstein, Sean Carter, Darren Enrique, I don't know what the fuck this is. Miramax, the Walt Disney Company, Def Jam Records, Rock Nation, Universal Music Group, Beyonce Knowles by name, Kanye West by name,
Holy shit.
Terrence Thornton, Black Cube Ltd, Vivendi, Dwayne Carter, Jean-Luc Brunel, Young Money Entertainment, Good Music, Shelly Massenberg, Robert Kelly, I don't know what the fuck that is.
That's why I think, because look at all those company names.
Sprint Corporation. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if it's true. As you saw here, this supposedly got fact checked. Supposedly it got fact checked. But then again, like I said, you can't really trust the fact checkers either.
Yeah, you can't trust the fact checkers.
Unfortunately, they've already proven that the fact checkers just do it just to shut people up.
Yeah, they like to bullshit.
Yeah, so it looks real. I'm not saying it is, but you're seeing it for yourself. It looks real. Is it? I don't know. I really don't know.
I believe that it's real, but I think those, like, okay, for example, the Sprint Corporation.
Yeah.
Wait, so you telling me like what? Who at Sprint? All the executives? They're all,
Maybe even the customers.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So
you're gonna get a fucking a slip in the mail going like, hey bro, you've been brought up on charges of sex trafficking. What the fuck? Why? Because you're a Sprint customer.
yeah, you see. But I think a bunch of that is just technicality. Like, they're maybe they had some kind of business dealings, and so that's why they wound up on a defendant list.
Yeah. That's what that's one thing where it's just like,
I looked this shit up. I looked this up right now. Dude, like some people on death row ordered the weirdest last meals.
oh, definitely.
There's this dude named Victor Harry, and he requested a single olive. And I guess the pit is like a seed.
Yeah, seed.
After the execution, the pit was found inside of his suit pocket, and it was believed that he wanted to be buried with the pit, so an olive tree, which is a symbol of peace, would grow from his grave.
God damn.
How fucking crazy, bro.
And they probably took that fucking pit and they threw it away, huh?
Yeah.
They said, nope. You're gonna haunt this bitch.
So, okay, this is other dude named Thomas J. Grasso. I don't really want to talk about the crimes they did because I want to get to the fucking last meal.
I'm kind of interested, though, because what if it was a very heinous crime?
Dude, to wind up on death row, kind of got to be heinous.
No, because there's people. What happened to that one kid, Elliot Till? Was it Elliot Till?
Elliot Till?
I think it was Elliot Till. I forgot the fucking name of that kid. It was basically, I think it was a 14-year-old boy that was put on death row. He was executed on the electric chair because they blamed him for the I think it was the grape and murder of a woman or just the grape of a woman.
Oh, okay. No. Well, I'm not talking about falsely accused because I don't know. These guys could be innocent.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why I want to kind of know the crime, you know? Where it's like, hey, does it sound like somebody that is actually a murderer or does it sound like somebody who knows? Just give a quick, brief rundown. What do you get charged for?
Okay. Not what I wanted to do, but all right. So
That's why I said brief. Just give the charges.
Thomas J. Grasso was his execution was punishment for the 2 lives that he had taken.
Okay.
His first victim was you gotta hear this
That's what I meant. I didn't
boring bullshit.
No, I didn't want to hear the rest.
His first victim was an 87-year-old Hilda Johnson, whom he strangled using her Christmas tree lights. What the fuck? Damn, this guy's bad dude. On December 24, 1990.
Hey, you didn't get that boring now, did it?
The woman lost her life for $12 and a television.
Fuck.
6 months later, Grasso killed 81-year-old Leslie Holtz and stole his Social Security check. He confessed to both crimes when he was arrested by New York detectives who were investigating the murder of his second victim. Okay, so his last meal consisted of 2 dozen mussels, 2 dozen clams, a half dozen spare ribs, a double cheeseburger from Burger King, 2 strawberry milkshakes, half a pumpkin pie, strawberries, and a can of SpaghettiOs with meatballs. He got out everything he asked for, but the prison cook used spaghetti instead of SpaghettiOs. His last words issued in a statement before his execution were, "I did not get my SpaghettiOs. I got spaghetti. I want the press to know this."
Dude, once I heard clams and oysters, I was thinking he probably wanted to go with a major hard-on, dude.
Yeah,
you know they say it's an aphrodisiac?
Yeah.
You probably want to get electrocuted for the fucking...
I think these dudes in prison talk about it, and they're like, dude, the last guy that got fried, he fucking went out stiff as a fucking board. And I'm not talking about his whole body.
He went stiff, bro. He was saluting everybody, bro, when he sat down.
Or like, there's a dude... Dude, I heard about this one guy. He ordered so many fucking clams that it took him like 3 tries to fucking take them out.
Oh, fuck.
All right, so there's this dude named James Edward Smith. Let me see. He shot and killed a Larry Don Ruhus while robbing the Union Life Insurance Company.
Damn.
So he killed somebody. Shot and killed. Capital murder. For his last meal, Smith requested, I don't know how to say this shit.
What?
Racunda dirt, which is associated with voodoo rituals. Oh, man, he hacked his last meal.
What do you mean he hacked it?
Like, he probably fucking reincarnated because of his last meal. He requested Racunda dirt, which is associated with voodoo rituals. He wanted to use it to mark his body so that his soul would move on and not stay on earth as a ghost. Smith's request was not granted.
Oh, that's
and on June 25, 1990, you see, because they knew, this guy's trying to hack the system and come back.
He's trying to come back, you sneaky fuck.
We know about the Racunda dirt.
Nice try, bitch. You're not the only one from Louisiana.
You're not, hey, a dude ordered Racunda, and 30 years later, he wound up here again, so.
What a coincidence. Yeah, nice try, you sneaky fuck.
You know what they gave him as his last meal?
What?
Yogurt.
That's got to be the biggest fuck you, huh? Oh, fuck.
David, I'm going to read you one more. David Leon Woods. Okay, he spent an unbelievable 22 years on death row sucking off the system.
Sucking off the goddamn system.
Fucking goddamn.
I don't want to have him for that long.
22 years, bro.
Bro, just imagine that. You're right there going like, fuck, dude, when are they going to fucking kill me?
And I get it. If the system is trying to torture somebody for what they did.
I don't think they do here, though.
No. I was just joking. But can you imagine 22 fucking years just sucking off the system?
Yeah.
Hey, but what if they're innocent? That realization phase. Oh my god.
Hey, it had me thinking like, fuck.
Dude,
it just threw me off.
I've never seen. Oh my god, dude.
It's 'cause, bro, you hit me with a good one, bro.
I've literally never seen a realization face like that, bro. You literally said.
It's because, bro, you never catch it. And I was just like, wait, holy fuck.
Okay. So this guy, whatever, he killed somebody trying to steal their television. When the man opened the door, he stabbed him and stole the TV and left the man to die.
Damn, that was intimate.
Damn, bro. 22 years later, David Woods was granted a last meal before his execution. He chose to have pizza and birthday cake with his family.
What the fuck? They actually allowed that?
And his final words were, "I want Juan's family to know I truly am sorry and I do have remorse." His birthday was 3 months after his execution. Well, how do you say his birthday was after his execution? You know what I mean?
What the fuck does
That
matter?
dude is dead and gone. But whatever.
That's ridiculous.
All right.
I think it's most fucked up though, since we're still on the topic of death row. I think where it's really fucked and it really is mental torture, bro, is Japan. They say that in Japan, you're not if you're put on death row that you're not told your execution date, like at all, and that there have been people allegedly there have been people that have been executed like weeks after they tell them, okay, you're on death row.
Oh,
and
shit.
there's some people that literally wait years. Like, think about the mental torture there, where you're like, dude, when the fuck are these who's gonna kill me? Because here in the U.S. they usually tell you, hey, bro, you're gonna die in 10 years. All right, 10 years, they're putting me in death row. That's how it usually is, or at least here in California. When they put you on death row, after you get sentenced to death row, 10 years later is when they execute you. And that's if you haven't died yet already. But they say in Japan, bro, they don't fucking tell you.
Didn't the Night Stalker like suck off the system for a while?
Hey, man, fucking the other idiot, fucking Charles Manson. Both those fucking assholes sucked off the stem until they died.
Hey guys, these guys did some really bad things, so don't be like, hey,
yeah,
man,
try to defend them assholes.
you
Fuck these
shouldn't,
guys.
you shouldn't be fucking, but So, but what if they're innocent?
No. No.
All right, so Richard Ramirez was captured.
Hey, they say that supposedly Charles Manson and the family were actually victims of the CIA.
Ooh.
From MK Ultra. They say supposedly there is paperwork allegedly that proves they were actually experiments for MK Ultra.
Yeah. I was about to do the math. I'm not about to do the math. But Richard Ramirez sucked off the system for a while.
Yeah,
bro.
for like 40 years.
1985 is when he fucking
got in prison. Yeah, he died like in 2000 something.
Imagine sucking off the system that long.
On our taxpayer dollar, bro. I feel like, dude, if you got put to death already, bro, give it a couple. I would say give it like 5. Give it like 5.
The only argument, and it's a strong one, is what if they're innocent?
What if they're innocent?
That
I agree.
sucks.
That's why I said 5 years. That's why I say 5 years. Hey, we're giving you 5 years for it.
Prove your innocence.
If you got any homies out there for that got love for you, that'll actually hook you up and it'll help you prove your innocence. Hey, we're giving you 5 years to do it. After 5 years, bro. Hey, after you died and then they pull out the evidence, it is what it is, bro.
Yeah.
You know, unless we have a time machine and we could go back in time and be like, hey, don't kill him. It turns out they found the evidence.
Yeah.
Turns out they found it. He's good.
Oh, well, I wanted to ask you, what would be your last meal?
My last meal?
Yeah. I'm telling you now, I would order a really big last meal. Really fucking big.
It depends. It depends, honestly. And I'll tell you 2 reasons why. 1, I would go with a big last meal, but I know I'd be dead, but for some reason, I'm still self-conscious about me shitting myself as soon as I die. Because I hear that the human body, once it dies, bro, it lets everything go.
Yeah.
So if you have food in your belly, where do you think it's going to go? it's gonna come out either through your mouth, through your fucking asshole, right? So it's like, I know I'm dead. I shouldn't give a fuck,
But you still do.
but I still do. Cause just think about it. All the people that wanted to see me dead, like, still laughing at me because they're like, "Oh, bro, he's dead and he shot himself."
It matters to you.
Yeah, it matters to me. I don't want to give them that satisfaction of humiliating me even more, knowing that they saw me die, and then right after I died, they saw my body shit itself completely.
Dude, I would order a big ass bowl of ramen with like 4 eggs and extra fucking
Okay, you have me there.
fatty pork and extra noodles.
Chashu pork.
Yeah. Another bowl. Another bowl of pho with nothing but what's that bullshit that I ordered last time? We got it.
Brisket.
No, I actually ordered no like meat, no steak on it. Remember, I ordered
Tripe.
tripe and what's
I
the
think it
other
was beef
shit?
tendon.
Tendon. No, a big ass bowl of pho with tripe and tendon.
Dude, now I want to go get some of that.
Texas style brisket. A box of Popeyes,
3-piece?
3-piece,
Spicy or not spicy?
spicy,
A pickle?
and like 20 lobster tails.
I would probably get rid of the Popeyes because I don't like bone. That's the only thing I'm picky on, by the way, people. I don't like bone. I'd get rid of half of the lobster tails and then put in a A5 Wagyu ribeye.
Smart man.
That's what I'd do. And then I'd eat that shit. And I think after I ate that, then I'd feel comfortable shitting myself after I died.
This is all you would hear at my last meal. Oh man. That's all you would hear, bro.
And then right before any last words, all I want to say is thank you guys for this last meal. It was on your guys' dollar. I didn't pay a single fucking thing out of it. And then I'd be like, shoot me up, guys. I'm about to go fly high up in this bitch.
Yeah. But I think that's a good place to end it.
I think so too.
So let us know what your last meal would be.
Or let us know if you guys would want a last meal, because maybe we got some fucked up viewers that probably don't want a last meal. And probably want an olive.
Am I bullshitting when it comes to time traveling not being possible? Am I being like a buzzkill? Is it already here? Do you think it's possible?
Is B. Tatum tripping?
Is B. Tatum tripping when he
Are
thinks,
we tripping?
Yeah, when it comes to like fucking cops just doing no knock warrants? Are you guys gonna get on Trump's social media platform called True Social?
Well, I don't even think we touched that.
No, we didn't. But just asking people what's up.
I think I want to give it a try once it gets on Google Play. But let us know what you guys think. As always, thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Shout out to the Goonernator, by the way. Now,
Shout out to the Goonernator and Alex, the hardest working man in the world.
always peace.